Hello guys, this is CodeNCode and this is video editorial for the problem ABCDE taken from SPOJ. The problem I've taken into, I'm putting this into binary search category because of this. Here you see the problem is actually from binary search category. If you click on it, you'll find all of the binary search problem that you can solve on SPOJ. So that's why I'm putting this into binary search category, even though we are not going to solve this using binary search. You can solve this using binary search, and let me show you my submission. I have solved it using the approach that I'm going to discuss and also using binary search. This is using binary search. Time you can see 1.7 second, and this is using map, which is taking much more time, even though I can optimize it, but still time taken in the second approach where I'm using map is a bit higher. We can optimize that, but I'm not going to do that. So the thing is, we are not going to use binary search in this solution of this problem, but I was just telling you why I've put this in binary search tag. Okay, so let's see what the problem statement is. So you are given a set of integers which can be from minus 30,000 to plus 30,000, and you have to find the number of sextuple, that is a group of 6 integers such that they satisfy this equation, and also all of them must belong to this set, and d should not be equal to 0, of course, because this is in denominator, so d should not be equal to 0. So you need to find the number of sextuples which satisfy this equation. So this is the problem statement. N can be as large as 100 only. So let's see how we can solve this problem. Using brute force approach. Okay, so the brute force approach is simple and straightforward. We have 6 variables in the equation, so use 6 nested loop, and then each loop for a single variable, right? And then simply check whether the equation holds or not. So the equation was a into b plus c divided by d minus e is equals to f or not, and that is exactly what we are checking. If it is, result plus plus, finally print the result. As simple as that. We are using 6 nested loop, and that is why the overall time complexity is n is was 6. You can reduce it, but the brute force approach will require n is was 6 time complexity. So let's see how we can improve on this time complexity. So what we are going to do, we are going to rearrange the equation. So now the new equation is only by rearranging a into b plus c is equals to e plus f into d. Okay, so this is the new equation. As you can see, left hand side and the right hand side only contain 3 variables each. So what we can do, we can actually evaluate left hand side and right hand side separately. So what we are going to do is, step 1, we are going to evaluate right hand side and store the count of each value, because we are going to take for each variable we will have certain value, and then it will evaluate to certain value, and we'll see how many times that value is appearing. Okay, so we will evaluate right hand side first and store the count of each value, and then after that we will evaluate left hand side and see whether this value exists in step 1 or not. If exists, how many times, and that many times you can add into the result. So make sense? If not, let me explain this by an example. So suppose this is the, of course, this is the rearranged equation, and this is the input. Okay, the output of this input is 4. Here you see, this is the input and the output is 4. Okay, so what I'm going to do is first evaluate step 1, that is evaluate right hand side. So these are the possible values E, F and D can take, right? If we only have 2 values available, 2 and 3. Okay, so if you take E, F and D 2, 2, 2, then result is going to be 8 E plus F into D, right? And then 12 and 10 dash 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 for all possible values. So we can create a map and store the count of each value that is appearing. So 8 is appearing only 1 times, 10 is appearing 10 is appearing 2 times, then 12 is appearing 2 times, 15 is appearing 2 times, 18 is appearing only 1 time. So now we have map. Now we know each value on the right. First of all, we know what values is possible on the right hand side. Only these values are possible on the right hand side. Second thing, we know that how many times each value is appearing, right? So using map, we can calculate this. After that, we are going to evaluate left hand side. So A, B and C are 3 variables, and of course this was the input. So these are the possible values of A, B and C, and the result is A into B plus C is 6, right? How many times 6 is appearing? 0 times. So answer would be incremented by 0 times. Same goes for 7. How many times 7 is appearing? 0 times. So 0 will be added into answer. Initialize answer is 0, by the way. And then 8. How many times it is appearing? 1 time. Add 1. Then 9. 1. A 9 is not appearing. So we'll add 0. So 1 plus 0 is again 1. And then 8 is appearing 1 time. 8. Yeah, 8 is appearing 1 time. So it will become 2. And then 9 is appearing 0 times. So it will still be 2. 11 is appearing 0 times. So it will still be 2. 12 is appearing 2 times, so it would become 4. So the output is 4. So now you understand how this is happening, right? We are evaluating left hand side and right hand side separately, and the overall time complexity would be n cube log n cube, right? Because in the map insertion we need to insert n cube values, right? And insertion in map takes log n time, so it would require log of n cube because of that, because of map. And of course, since we are running n cube, we are running 3 nested loop, that's why n cube. So this is how you solve this problem. So I show you the implementation. You might want to know the implementation. Here it is. So the array, input array, right? And here you see I have a map. After that, reading the input. After that, evaluating right hand side. F, E and D, you have to make sure that D is not equal to 0. So that's condition is being taken care here. And after that, simply increment, evaluate the expression, the right hand side, and increment it by 1, right? And finally result is 0. And then running again, running 3 loops, 3 nested loops to evaluate left hand side. And each time simply evaluate the left hand side and take the value stored in the map and increment result by that. As simple as that, right? And finally print the result. This is your solution. I'll be putting the solution link to the solution, the description of the video, so don't worry about that. So yeah, this is how you solve this problem. So yeah, this was all for this lecture. If you have any interesting problem that you want to have an editorial on, so you can post it, the link of the problem in the description of the video. So this was all for this lecture. Thank you guys for watching, and till the next video drops, keep coding. Thank you.